do this. Yo, what's going on, viewers of the tube? Tyler here, Chico Crypto, another live stream for you guys. Been a couple days since I've seen y'all. Been a couple days since I put out a video. On vacation right now, taking a little break. We went camping and stuff, some of my friends, so pretty much unplugged from the world, you know. Didn't answer any of my emails, didn't answer in my Telegram group. It's kind of a nice break, no doubt about that. My brain has been full on crypto for the past 4 or 5 months. So, looking at the markets though, it's nice coming back too, and seeing that it's held above 5,000. 5,000 range, holding support right there. After the big pump up, we came back down under 5 for a short second. Hit 4.8, and then we've slowly crept right back up over 5 grand. And what's also nice to see about this is the volume. I know a lot of people are like, well, that report came out that says, you know, fucking 95% of volume is fake. Well, that report was stupid for one. They were including Binance's volume in it, and Binance doesn't have real volume. I think that was more of a hit piece against some exchanges. I mean, I know. I mean, there's manipulation going on exchanges, but I don't think 95% of the volume's fake. That was more, I think, of a hit piece against a lot of different exchanges, and try to get those certain exchanges to look good in a light when they really aren't, you know, like Binance. I mean, even in that report you saw, like, all the other exchanges had to at least, you know, adhere to some regulations. They either had money transmitting license or something. The only exchange that didn't have either of them was Binance, but they were still including it. Like, god damn, get out of here. Binance rocks. No. Binance is probably one of the more risky investments right now in cryptocurrency, holding BNB. I mean, it could pay off. I'm not going to lie. It could pay off massively, and it has paid off well for some people. But it is super risky right now because they are a centralized entity. If something goes wrong with them and they do get in trouble, guess what? That Binance coin is going to like you've never seen before. At least with Bitcoin, you know, even Ethereum, it's a decentralized entity. There's less points of attack that can take down the whole operation. So, I mean, Binance is risky. High risk, high reward. I'm not going to buy Binance coin because I don't want to support a criminal organization that isn't here to support, you know, cryptocurrency. They're here to support themselves. So yeah, I stay far away. But there's been some weird movements with some coins right now. One that's pumping out of nowhere is Ethereum Classic. Where is it? Yeah. Up 26.62%. Some people were saying it was trading on Coinbase for like $16. Oh, Tyler Heel's drinking a PBR. That's what's up. I love PBR. But yeah, Ethereum Classic. And a guy pointed out what could be pumping Ethereum Classic right now is their stance against Prog POW. Because within the Ethereum community right now, there's talk about adding Prog POW. And supposedly Ethereum Classic's 100% against it. So we could see some... I mean, Ethereum Classic's got to play this right, you know. Whatever Ethereum's thinking about doing, like if Ethereum's thinking about going the Prog POW way, then Ethereum Classics better do the different, because they're going to pull the people that don't like what's happening over on Ethereum over to them, because they're doing the opposite. Haircut soon? Yes, haircut soon. No, I'm actually starting to fall in love with these locks, you guys. I might keep them. I'm still debating on it. But, I mean, Ethereum Classic is a garbage coin, in my opinion. Charles Hoskinson, he's part of it. I mean, that should tell you enough right there. No, I didn't see the bloom error, my friend. But, yeah, Ethereum Classic was one of the ones that was having a good day. Yeah, I just got back, so I'm just looking at the markets with you guys right now. I did a little research to get this live stream together, but not too much. Yeah, not much movement from any of the... Oh, Loop Ring. Oh, yeah, someone did say that. Loop Ring's up 19%. I'm still... I was more bullish on Loop Ring a while ago. I'm not as bullish anymore. I might have like 1,000 Loop Ring that I'm holding just in case. I'm way more bullish on 0x Protocol. Way more bullish. Elastos, yeah, Elastos is almost at $4.50. That's really good. Yeah, Ethereum Classic is garbage. I'll say that right now. But talking about, you know, the crypto markets and where we're at right now, this was a tweet on Twitter that really grabbed my attention. He was adding a few people, Brian Armstrong, one of them, Coinbase. In 1994, there were just 2,738 websites, which is akin to the 2,200 DApps there are today. The Internet of Value is in its infancy, and as we move into the utility phase, this will grow only exponentially. So yes, I mean, this is true, 100%. Back in 1994, there weren't many websites, and what kind of, you know, value were they bringing to people, you know, besides just information? They weren't really doing much. There was no Amazon. There was nothing like that. But it was just the beginning of showing what the internet can do. And that's, you know, the same spot we are right now with the 20 people are like, no one's using those DApps. Well, no one was using the goddamn internet back then either, you guys. I mean, the utility of these DApps are going to grow once, you know, people realize the benefits, and the benefits are realized through the apps. And it's coming. I mean, DApp I'm very bullish on, and I think everyone should be, is MakerDao. That is one that's being used consistently. I mean, and it's not your average, you know, DApp for, I would say, you know, mass adoption. It's just an actual DApp that shows you what can come of this. So I'm very bullish on MakerDao. We'll talk about that in a little bit. AI chain is Elastos for AI. Dabs? No, I haven't done any dabs since I've been home. I'm not a big dabber. Have I increased my Digibyte holdings? No, I've kept the same amount in my Digibyte. I sold my Neo, and I put half of it into Chainlink and half into Digibyte. 0x and Chainlink, oh yeah, still very bullish on those two. But then again, we see stuff like this. So Wall Street is trading Bitcoin futures like never before. This is a very interesting article. The most record trading happened on April 4th, hitting an all-time high volume of over 22,500 contracts, which is 112,000 equivalent Bitcoin. These are all paper. I mean, it's not like they actually have to buy the Bitcoin, but it is the equivalent of that. And I mean, with this high amount of futures trading on the trading that is going on, the price is going up. So that is a good thing. Like I've talked about, I think futures, I mean, were an instrument made for some of the rich people to make a shit ton of money off of Bitcoin in the way down. But there's the complete opposite of that too, you guys. There is making money on the way up. So is it going to be as explosive as last time? I don't think in the short term we're going to see anything like that. But in the long term, I think so. I still love Theta. What's up, Alberto? Welcome to the channel, man. But there's something in this article. Right here, again, we're talking about one step closer to an ETF. So they're saying that, you know, with Wall Street putting this amount of money into Bitcoin and something, a Bitcoin investment vehicle, that we're seeing the market legitimize itself for the large institutions. You know, these right here, this said, when $500 million worth of futures are traded in a single day, people start to take note. While the men and women of Wall Street have made some horrible mistakes in the past, there is almost no chance they would ever drop that much money into a market if it was fraudulent. I don't agree with that. I mean, Wall Street, they've thrown money into pump and dumps like crazy back in the day. They'll do it again. If there's money to be made pumping and dumping, they're going to put money in it. But again, this is what they say. We're one step closer to an ETF. And I mean, I'm all for the ETF. I'm all in on crypto. So an ETF will, in the short term, make cryptocurrency explode. But after talking with Bitfinex on Twitter, he's a guy that's really against Tether and everything like that. He was telling me that was their end game, basically. A lot of these VCs, large crypto whales, that's their end game, is to try to get an ETF, ride that huge wave up and then just dump it all. Which I'm like, does that legitimize crypto, or is these guys just trying to get super rich? I think both. I think it doesn't legitimize it if some of these whales don't want to hold on to it for the long term. I mean, what's the point? ETF, yeah, the ETF, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting talking to Bitfinex, how he thinks it's, the large VCs just trying to make one and last epic bull run dump they can do. But he is very pessimistic about the whole cryptocurrency market, so I don't know if I can believe him 100%. What percent of volume is fake? 70, 60%? I would say more around that, probably. I don't think 95% is fake. I mean, and that's another thing that goes back to Tether. The reason a lot of these volumes can be faked is because it's Tether, you guys. They have a coin that's printable. And that's where most of the fake volume comes from, is from USDT markets. If we just had fiat on-ramps, no stable coins, things would be a lot different. Yo-ho, Minho, I'm live, baby. Is it a good time to buy Theta? I think any time's a good time to buy Theta because of their connections with Tencent Gaming. Elastos is a scam. Scam. So this is pretty interesting. A previously bearish trader, pretty big trader, he reversed his stance on Bitcoin and predicts $50,000 price within 2 years. Hey, Kelby Crypto fan, fantasizing. Thank you for the tip, brother. Appreciate it, man. So this was pretty interesting because this was a guy who actually called the drop from 20,000. He predicted the 84% drop in Bitcoin seen last year. His name's Peter Brandt, and he recently spoke with Yahoo Finance, and he's predicting 50,000 Bitcoin within the next 2 years. Personally, I think the next bull run we are going to get above 100,000, in my personal opinion. Next parabolic one. And I still think that's going to happen. The halving, it's going to be like what's happened before. I mean, Bitcoin's so predictable. The 4-year cycles, you guys. Price is going to slowly increase up until the halving point. I think probably when Bitcoin halving happens in May of 2020, we'll probably be above 10,000. And, probably 6 months after that, nearing 2021 is when things are going to heat up big time. And we'll probably get close to passing the old all-time high of 20,000. And when it does that, that's when things heat up big time, as we've seen before. Last time we hit 1,200 about all-time high, and when Bitcoin got past that again, things started heating up big time and interest started flooding in. I foresee a similar thing happening. And this is another reason, things are bullish for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. I'm actually doing a video on this. It should be coming out tomorrow regarding the dire situation over the globe with global debt and everything. I mean, it's getting gnarly, you guys. I mean, there's a huge indicator right now. The yield curve is inverted, which points to a recession, I mean, it looks good on paper, with what Trump's doing over here in the U.S. I mean, unemployment's down, but, wages haven't risen. Most of these jobs are just small jobs. It's good, yeah, that we have jobs and people are working, but with the amount of debt that's piling on top of people, it's not going to be good in the long term, because if little things happen, like, you know, gas goes up, people aren't going to be able to afford their mortgages. I mean, people aren't going to be able to, it's just like what happened back in 2008 when gas went from a couple bucks to $4 here in California. People couldn't afford a, you know, 100% increase in gas prices. And a lot of these people were scraping by just as it was. And when gas goes up, other things go up. You got to transport food with trucks. Food goes up as a result as gas going up. Milk goes up. I mean, milk and gas are pretty much tied to each other. Pretty similar in price. So, I mean, a thing like that, you know, gas prices going up can be the tipping point, especially for people who are scraping to get by. And that's a large percentage of America right now. But this is pretty interesting. They talk about the 3.3, this is a Bloomberg article too, and they talk about the $3.3 trillion debt sitting around, things that contribute to it. And then right here, they talk about crypto. And that's exactly what I'm talking about in my video, is that crypto's coming. I mean, crypto could be what people throw some of their assets into to be a fail-safe. I mean, especially if fiat and the stock markets go bananas and start fucking just getting crushed. I mean, people are like, oh, that's a more risky investment, blah, blah, blah. Well, we've never had cryptocurrency in a recession before. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it could be that place where people put their money, and I think it will be, actually. And if, you know, people can make money in cryptocurrencies while the stock markets are going down, and that's what I think could eventually happen in the long term, is we could see, you know, when the stock markets are going down, actually cryptos, you know, do well. And, you know, when the stock markets are doing well, the cryptos might be bleeding a little bit. Hey, Steven, what are some of my favorite coins? Thanks for the tip, man. Appreciate it. My favorite coins out there right now, definitely got to hold on to my Bitcoin. You definitely need to at least get one Bitcoin. I love Ethereum too. I'm old school. But then some of my smaller caps I'm liking right now, MakerDao. Well, it's not small cap, but smaller than Bitcoin or Ethereum. MakerDao, I'm a huge fan of Maker right now, what they're doing. I'm also a big fan of Elastos. I've been a big fan of Elastos. I hold Ontology still, not because I'm super bullish on what they do. They have the stronghold on the smart contract field in China, and China is going to move over to cryptocurrency, so I'm betting on that being used by China, even though I'm not a big fan of their business decisions or how they conduct their business. Another small cap I've been bullish on is Phantom. I did a video on them a while ago, and it was sponsored, but I do really like Phantom. I mean, and since I did the video, it's fucking popped off. I think I did the video way back here when their market cap was only like 5 million. Chico, I've never actually been a big fan of Zilliqa, personally. Especially when they said they had, you know, sharding and all that done. It was only on like a group of like 8 nodes. I mean, that's possible right now for any project to do. A lot of people can do that. It's, can you do that in a fully decentralized fashion? I haven't looked up to see if they have expanded their node set yet. So it may be a lot higher. And if they're able to pull that off right now, then that's great with a high node count. But if the node count is still that low, I mean, anyone can do that. George, keep up the good work, my man. Thanks, George, for the tip. I appreciate that. More Komodo news. Komodo's quiet. I do like Komodo in their tech, you guys. But they're just a super quiet cryptocurrency that keeps their heads down and works on the tech. Eventually, you're going to have to ramp up marketing to find your place in the cryptocurrency spot. So I would like to see Komodo move more towards marketing and showing people actually what they have built. like their DEX, which is built off atomic swaps. Chico, do a video on Bitcoin savings and trust and what's up with the trends now in 2019. It's the original Bitcoin scam. I'll look into it. That's a good idea, man. I'm actually going to write that down. Oops. Actually take a screenshot on here so I don't have to fuck up the stream. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So, Venezuela. I mean, and this is just showing you an example of, you know, if the world goes into a spiral and inflation takes over, even for the larger fiats, what can happen? Right now, in Venezuela, Bitcoin, local Bitcoin's trading is outrageously high. I mean, people are moving over to Bitcoin, and this is what we will see, in the future, if, you know, inflation hits places like the US, hits places like China, hits places like the UK, Europe. And it's not out of this realm of possibility, you guys. I mean, just because right now we have the US, larger countries, they can do this for a lot longer than the poorer countries. They're able to mess around with the, you know, the inflation rates. It's going to creep up eventually. When is it going to? I have no idea, but I hope here soon, because it will be good for cryptocurrency. Whoever says it won't be good for cryptocurrency is high. High as a kite. So this has always been a topic that's been on my mind, is our cryptocurrency. I used to love our cryptocurrency, but now it's been taken over by shitheads. That are just bullish on certain coins, and they just let those coins brigade their posts to the front page. And I mean, the quality of our cryptocurrency content has went down the drain, you guys. It's garbage compared when I first started looking at our cryptocurrency, right when it first popped up. I mean, 2014. That some of the best content you could find. I mean, even to a year and a half ago, it was pretty damn good, and I did a large percentage of my research. Now, probably do 5-10% on our cryptocurrency. I'm using 4chan more than our cryptocurrency for research. But I've always used 4chan. But it's being used even more, which I never thought would happen. And I mean, 4chan's so hard to freaking navigate, and it's a lot of shit posting, so it's hard to, you know, filter through what's shit and what's not. But I mean, there's better information on there right now. All this stuff is just brigaded stuff, and so they're trying to have a discussion about what's going on, the mods. I'm sure there's a few good mods, and I'm sure there's actually probably a civil war going on between the moderators right now. There's some bad mods and there's some good mods on our cryptocurrency. And I think these are the good mods right now, trying to speak up against the bad mods, saying content is going down the drain. And they have some pretty controversial updates coming, like they want to kind of ban stuff. They want to create a gray list. But I don't know how it's going to work out. It's just sad to see such an awesome information news source just go down the shitter so quickly because of the fever, ICO fever. So this, interesting right here, if all you guys have your cryptocurrency, I'm sure if you're watching Chico Crypto, you have it on a hardware wallet. But this is just more kicking the ass to do it. Under the executive order of the president, all persons are required to deliver on or before May 1st, 1933, all gold coin, gold bullion, and gold certificates. So basically, the federal government was confiscating all gold. And what's crazy, too, was they bought everyone's gold at $21 an ounce, and then they raised the price of gold to $35 an ounce after they bought it all up. So again, I mean, this could happen with, exchanges right now where they put out an executive order to the exchanges to hand over people's cryptocurrencies. I mean, it's not out of this realm of possibility. So if you do not have your crypto on a hardware wallet, get it on a wallet now. Now. Why I believe more in Ethereum than Bitcoin? Well, the reason I like Ethereum, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist. Ethereum has first mover advantage on smart contracts. They have Turing complete smart contracts which can handle a whole hell of a lot more use cases than Bitcoin. I mean, as you can see, there's not much built on Bitcoin in terms of, because they only have non-Turing complete, very basic smart contracts. It's more secure, and you're not going to have the hacks that Ethereum has seen. But those will be ironed out, and then eventually Turing complete smart contracts are going to come to Bitcoin through things like Rootstock. But like I said, first mover advantage, Ethereum has that. They've already have a full-fledged decentralized finance ecosystem being built before our eyes. It's going to take a lot of work for Bitcoin and their projects to catch up to Ethereum. What do I think about Trayvon James? Win jail? That's what I think about Trayvon. I'm not a big fan of Apollo, you guys. But I may be wrong, but the way they have a lot of shills, paid shills. Whenever a project has to have paid shills that go around and jump into your groups and comments, that's when I know it's not a good project. No problem. Yeah, I would love to do a review on a MakerDao, especially now that they have their decks out. But it's very basic right now. I checked it out like a week ago. Very, very basic. So, this is pretty interesting. Sunny Decree, another YouTuber, got threatened, or not necessarily threatened. He got a cease and desist letter from Ian Bellina. So, basically telling him to take down his content where he talked about him. And Sunny Decree basically said, hell no, I'm not doing that. I give Sunny Decree props on that. And it looks like he discussed his legal issues in an interview with these guys, CCN. He stated his opinion that Bellina was preparing for a 2019 crypto comeback after his fall from grace. Sunny Decree speculated that Bellina may be attempting to scrub online mentions of the hack and other negative commentaries on his business. He feels that the crypto promoter is using scare tactics, adding that they almost worked. When I got the message, I kind of panicked and was close to just deleting the videos. During the next bull run, a lot of new people will come in, and I think he wants to start fresh without his bad reputation. That's true. Oh, George. Thanks, George. Appreciate the tip, my brother. So, we'll stop for this. I think Bitcoin is probably going to make a big move. I mean, that was on my title, Win 6K. I think it's going to make a massive move. It's setting itself up for it. And I do think 6K will probably come within the next week, my personal opinion. But it will be a volatile rise up and down, and we could settle right back to where we started. But I think volume is picking up. We're going to see a massive spike up here probably around Wednesday, in my personal opinion. And did Justin, CEO of Ripple, eventually give away the Tesla? No, I'm in contact with Homeboy that's supposed to get the Tesla. So I got him. Where is he? Right here. I said, keep me updated. I'm going to make sure, sir, oops, I'm going to make sure you get that car. So I'm going to ask him actually live. Let's ask him. He's pretty responsive and a cool dude. The guy that actually won. So we'll see. We'll see if he's getting his Tesla. And I'm going to keep on their ass, dude. If this guy doesn't get his Tesla, that is some bull crap. That's some bull crap, you guys. And Justin's son needs to be thrown in. I mean, for doing that kind of shit, he should go to jail. Here's your haircut. We bullish now. Angel, thank you for the tip, brother. Ooh, do you think you can get 1 Ethereum a month with the 32eth node? No, not well. I mean, it depends on how many people lock up their Ethereum once they go to staking. They're looking for a target rate of about 10 million Ethereum locked up. So about 10% will lock them up, which will equal probably around 5 to 8% interest per year. So you'll get about 5 to 8%. And that's the thing. People are like, well, that's not even that much money right now, you know? What? 3,000, what's 32 Ethereum right now? No, it's a little bit more. Probably like $6,000, you know, what's 5 to 8%? That's not much. But you got to think long term, you guys. What if Ethereum hits $2,000? You know, then that 32 Ethereum is worth a lot more money, and thus the 5 to 8% will be a lot more. And less people can end up getting 32 Ethereum. They won't have the funds to get that. That'll be out of the range for a lot of people. So right now is the time to get your 32 Ethereum. I'm telling you that right now. I mean, eventually, I mean, you have 32 Ethereum. In 5 to 10 years, that could be how you make money, just off your staking your Ethereum. You wouldn't have to work. I mean, it's possible that could happen if Ethereum's, you know, $5,000, $10,000 Ethereum. Why do I cringe when I hear the words F and stake? I don't know. But regarding Ian Shalina, he actually spoke to CCN, these guys. He confirmed to CCN that his legal team had been put to work. Yes, my legal team has been in contact with several individuals and publications with cease and desist notices and continues to do so. We are strongly supportive of free speech. However, my legal team and I are taking a strong stance against outright lies being purposefully reported as facts to tarnish the reputation of my business and I. While willing to sue, Bellina said it's not the ideal outcome. Taking individuals and publications to court is not our intended goal. Clearing up the lies and miscommunication is. Interesting to hear that. Well, it doesn't look good for Ian Bellina because recently he used to be advisor for Phantasma, and he has just been relinquished of his duties. Because I think it's tarnishing their reputation more than helping it. I mean, during the heat of the last bull run, I'm sure it looked like a good idea to get Ian Bellina on your team, but once he's been found out for what he is, I mean, people are starting to smarten up. So, interesting. Didn't know that, Jay French. Sonny's mad about that? Well, I don't like Sonny Decree anyways. I mean, the guy, he's not a knowledgeable crypto guy, for one. He doesn't know much about crypto. He thought BitConnect was great back in the day. So, you just got to be cautious of Sonny Decree. And, I mean, his headlines are like, Bitcoin to 100K, and then if the markets are going down, Bitcoin to 0. It's like, what? Just have a... No, Sonny's not the worst. No, I mean, like, I do have some respect for him, but he's not as knowledgeable as people think in cryptocurrency. What happens if you have 64 Ethereum? Well, you could set up 2 nodes, or you could just have more within your one. Probably just easier to do 1 node with... I mean, you're going to receive rewards based on the amount of... It's proof of stake, you guys. The more stake you have, the more chance you are of going to get the block rewards. This is a pretty funny tweet. Well, Bitcoin has stabilized at almost exactly $14 a coin. I'm tired of waiting for a jump, so I'm taking the loss and getting my cash back. Ouch. That's got to be poor Tom Randolph. He's at Rocker Rest. Let's see if he's on Twitter still. At Rocker you spell it? Rock. Okay. Oh, yep, he's still on Twitter, too. Is he talking about cryptocurrency anymore? Nope, doesn't look like he's talking about cryptocurrency anymore. He's just butthurt, probably. He's probably one of those guys, you know, that they sold out then and now they hate Bitcoin. Like, all they do is talk shit about it. Like all those people on Buttcoin. Those are just the guys that are mad, butthurt. So SEC is looking to hire a crypto securities advisor. I tried to get into this article, but it wouldn't open up for me. Let's see if it does now. Oh, there we go. So SEC is getting more and more involved with cryptocurrency. It's coming. Regulations are going to come. I hope it's good regulations, not a hindrance to the industry. And it does seem like they do see the value in cryptocurrency. I just hope they don't try to bundle it up, you know, as, you know, stocks. And they create a whole new set of rules and regulations, because that's what it is. It's not a security, it's cryptocurrency. Yeah, no way all 2,500 cryptos survive. Chris Janko, I mean, this is just similar. I mean, you're already seeing it happen with the coins. Only the top 100, I mean, top 200. Come on. I mean, top 200, the market cap's still 50 million, but it drops off like a rock towards the end. And then you get to page 3, and then you're at 20 million. And I mean, the only coins you can really pay attention to are the ones that have volume. And once you get to page 3 and 4, volumes start drying up. I mean, Movio, here's one, $660 worth of volume. Safe Exchange, 1,168. That's pretty much a dead coin right there. I mean, you're already seeing coins die up into page 3, page 4. So it's happening. It's happening before our eyes. Coins are dying. And they might get a new pump. I mean, they're not going to go away, just disappear forever. I mean, there's coins from last bull run right here, Black Coin, that's still around. I mean, this coin's a dead coin, but it's been around since 2013, 2014. Feather Coin, that one's been around for a long time. It's just had a massive pump too. But I haven't looked into GenCoin's new updates. Still hold my masternode. Cheap for masternode too right now. GenCoin has a working platform still, which is awesome. GenCoin will do a lot better in the bull run too. Yeah, this is way undervalued right now. They have 8,505 hosted nodes worth $8.3 million in volume, and their market cap's only $3.8 million. I mean, they have $8.3 million in assets hosted. $3 million market cap doesn't make sense. Other great crypto YouTubers I would recommend. I do like Crypto Daily. He has funny, good, original content. Hard for me to say, man. A lot of them I don't like. I mean, I like original, cool content that, you know, someone had to think about, you know, and write something about. You know, it wasn't them just getting on. Like how I do these live streams. These live streams, you know, aren't my bread and butter. My fully produced videos are my bread and butter. You know, I want to see stuff like that. And Crypto Daily is like one of the only ones doing cool stuff. What do I make of Sky? Not a big fan of Sky Coin. Do I like Crown, the drink, or is it a crypto? Or is it a YouTuber? I like Crypto Beatles too. Crypto Beatles is a really cool dude. Yeah, Ed McCracken, if it's not top 200 to 300, it's going to be rough trying to get out of that area. But there are still some gems down there. You just got to find it. Well, yeah. Oh, man, let's pump it. I'm getting Tyler. Thank you for the tip, man. You're coming in quick. My opinion on Litecoin. I do like Litecoin. I mean, it has value. It is the silver of Bitcoin's gold. It is a test net for Bitcoin. If they're ever going to do any large, changes to the Bitcoin protocol, it gets done on Litecoin first. So there is value there. And it is major value. The moon. Let's see how Litecoin's price doing. I'm just not a big fan of Charlie Lee. A lot of people think he's some like crypto god evangelist, He's fucked people over so many times. Oh, that Martini guy, he's good too. He does some original content. Uh-oh, Tone Vase is in a short position. Uh-oh. So this was pretty interesting little thing I found. This was where someone talked about Bitcoin way back in the day. Like, I don't know, when 1950s. So while it is logical enough to create a Bitcoin, one can't help feeling that would do things to the consumer. The seller of a nickel products would be tempted to raise a price to a half bit if his present margin of profit is slim. There are dime products which would be up to a bit. The new coinage would have a certain convenience, but it would present temptations. So it's it was a proposal for a new way of coining things. The bit, an eighth of a dollar, will become part of our coinage. Likewise, the half bit, 6 1/4 cents. It's introduced to bill to authorize such coins. So we almost had Bitcoin before Bitcoin. Ooh, Abet had a wallet Trojan attack. Ooh, that is brutal. That sucks for the Abet people. BTC will hit 6K. This is funny, though, when Bitcoin hit 100. This was CNBC's first.
Bitcoin creators credit. At least they know enough not to trust fiat money that's controlled by our government. But they're trying to reinvent the wheel, and they've come up with a flat tire. We already have a perfect, real form of money, and it's called gold. Money has to have 4 elements. It has to be very rare, indestructible, divisible without losing its purchasing power, and cannot be increased by fiat. And Bitcoins fail on the first 2. They are not rare, and they are very much destructible.
Had PayPal invented Bitcoin, we'd all...
See, he's stupid. That guy's stupid as hell. Hello, Virus. Can I suggest which coins to buy? I suggest some good coins that you should have in your portfolio no matter what. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the decentralized financial infrastructure being built on Ethereum. 0x Protocol, MakerDao, Augur, Chainlink. Those ones I'm very, very bullish on. Hell yeah, Lewis. Thanks, brother. It's fun to ride with a flat tire. It is kind of fun, actually. And Elastos, too. I'm very bullish on Elastos. Where was that? So this was pretty good article. I'm thinking about maybe doing a video on it. And this was the basics of Ethereum's 2.0 economics and what's happening. So right now we're right about here at Constantinople, and Ethereum's inflation's going to be 4%. And then once we hit Serenity Phase 2, we're going to see a big drop. That's when, proof of stake comes, and we're going to go to about a 0.5% inflation. And here's where, the amount of Ethereums in circulation have been going up exponentially, but it's going to drop off like a rock, you guys. So that's, again, another big bullish reason I think you should get 32 Ethereum, because the only people getting the new Ethereum being produced are going to be the people who hold at least 32 Ethereum. You'll be able to get into pools, if you only have 5 Ethereum, but I would want my own node, personally. Will I be claiming Hex? I might claim it just because it's free money, but I'm not going to try to make money off of it, the pumps and dumps. I'm just going to dump it right away. I really like ARC too. So this is some cool real-life adoption regarding, the Ethereum DeFi infrastructure. So at the EdCon event, you're going to be able to claim free magic tokens through the QR code right here. It's a non-fungible token on the POA network and MakerDao and the XDAI network. So basically the first utility is enjoying 50 to 67% off in DAI or XDAI for all the drinks during EdCon. Pretty cool. They're going to be able to make things like this, non-fungible tokens that, have it written into the smart contract that you get the drink for 50 to 67% off. This is real-world adoption of some of the things that can be built regarding the DeFi infrastructure with Ethereum. This is real world. This is stuff that's actually going to be used. I could see it happening out at bars, restaurants, across the globe. And it will eventually happen, you guys. I can see bars and restaurants taking DAI as payment. Hands down, I can see that. So this is regarding, some people are asking about staking. So if the network of Ethereum has staked only 1 million Ethereum, the validator interest will be 8.02%, network issuance 0.08, 2 million, it goes down to 5.67. All the way up to 100 million, all of them, and it's 0.80%. But that's not going to happen. They're looking probably in between 1 million to 10 million. Would I rather have 1 BTC or 32 Ethereum? Both. Get them both. I'm telling you. Bitcoin is the store of value. It will be probably, I don't know. It's hard for me to say because of DAI and things like that. Will Bitcoin take over the digital cash? But with Lightning Network, it's looking like it's going to happen. How about Nano? No, Nano's not dead by no means. I have a feeling Nano's going to have a very good bull run. And again, with Ethereum, close to $500 million worth of Ethereum is now locked up in dApps. So again, you go back to this. People are going to be locking up their Ethereum in decentralized financial dApps. It's already happening. So as more get locked up and the issuance goes down to nothing, those Ethereum that are going to be produced are going to be worth a lot more money. It's just supply and demand. The demand for Ethereum is going to be high, and the supply is going to be shut off compared to what it previously has been. It just goes back to those simple concepts. You think about that, you see what's coming. Ethereum may have more of a bullish case than Bitcoin. And Ethereum's issuance per year is going to be lower than Bitcoin's for 8 years, I think. Eventually, Bitcoin's going to be lower, but Dash is real Bitcoin? No. Huh. I've never heard of cryptobubbles.net. We'll check it out right now. Pretty cool. Hey, that's pretty cool. Showing which coins are bubbling. This is a nice visual. This is pretty cool, man. Thanks for showing me. See the ones that are getting killed. Yeah, that's weird. Loop Ring and Ethereum Classic are the ones doing really well today. Nice find, man. D-apps are overrated. Just like a website was back in 1994, brother. No one was using websites. What were they doing with them? Nothing. Am I worried about Stellar's token economics? No. They did that for a reason. So this was pretty interesting. Amazon is going to offer broadband access from orbit with 3,236 satellites. Project Kuiper constellation. So it looks like Amazon's trying to take over the world. Well, that's pretty much known to anyone here in the US. Amazon is literally taking over the United States. There's an Amazon distribution center being built in every corner of this world, or the United States. What are D-apps? Yazon? Come on, man. D-apps are a decentralized application. Ren is a good project. Yes, I have been looking into Ren a lot lately. Dark pools are needed. And Ren is going to be able to integrate with certain oh, it's up 16% today. What am I sleeping on this? Shit. Should have bought. Damn it, you guys. Haven't bought into it yet, and I was planning on making an entrance. Yeah, I might be doing a video here on Republic Protocol. I'm sure a lot of you will be pumped on that one. Amazon wife gonna take over? She's rich now. So, this is pretty interesting regarding MakerDao. One another coin I'm super bullish on. So, people were asking me, how do you make money with Maker tokens? Well, of course you hold them, but there is a Maker buyback program. So, Maker buys back Maker tokens and burns them in quantities based on the amount of DAI times a stability fee. Currently, Maker's annual burn rate is about 6.7 million per year. Burns are equivalent to dividends, so the best way to make money from Maker is to buy into it and hold it and sell it annually in proportion to the burn rate, i.e. for every 1% of Maker that is burned, you sell 1% of your holdings. By doing this, you retain the same stake in the project over time because 1/100th of tokens is the same as 0.99 of 99 tokens. So, yes, probably one of the best ways to make money with Maker, the easiest, is just to buy and hold it, because burns happen automatically. But there are also other ways, such as CDPs, which I made a video on, creating your own collateralized debt position, getting some DAI, rebuying into Ethereum, especially if you thought Ethereum was going to go up. Like, if someone bought some Maker right back when I made that video before this last bull pop, you could have made some good money if you would have bought it, took out a CDP, bought more Ethereum, and maybe even washed and repeated that a few times. You could have made a shit ton of money. It's kind of like margin trading, but through a CDP. And you can only, use your DAI you get from your assets. You could do other things with it. Buy a car. You're not forced to only buy cryptocurrency. That's an interesting concept, FN-based. Thanks for the tip, man. I appreciate it. So, will Ethereum Classic pump when ETH moves to proof of stake? That's probably one of the reasons Ethereum Classic is still holding on where it is. Because they're going to stay. I mean, it's in Ethereum Classic's best interest to stay proof of work. So, yeah, I definitely think we could see some price movement. But Ethereum Classic has to get moving on their product. I mean, the development has been at a standstill for a while. They had some issues with Charles Hoskinson coming in, trying to create a treasuries to make himself a ton of money because he's a greedy bastard, and they were not down with that. Oh, damn it, Board Elf. You bought when I said to call. I didn't even buy. Been lazy. I've been on this vacation. Haven't been on the charts as much as I should. James, so hardware wallet is the most secure. Yes, probably one of the most secures, yes, is through a hardware wallet. I would prefer a Trezor if I'm holding Bitcoin. If you have altcoins you want to hold, you're going to have to go with the ledger. But I do trust Trezors over ledgers. ADA Cardano. We'll see if Cardano can pull off anything, you guys. I mean, slow moving crypto. It's been 4 years. Yeah, long time. So actually on MakerDAO's Reddit, they said about a week ago, they put out a good post on governance in MakerDAO. It's a long post. I'm not going to go through all of it. But it's, if you have questions about what is governance within MakerDAO, I would definitely go to their subreddit and check this out. I read it, and it even cleared up a lot of things for me. I still had questions. But there was some conflict going in right now with MakerDAO. So there's a conflict between the multi-signature signers and the executive team. So they do have a treasury for Maker, with Maker tokens that they get to use. And it looks like some people who, because they have the funds in a multi-signature wallet, which needs a majority of signatures to release, and it looks like they're having a little bit of a conflict with some of those signers and the executive team. So funds are kind of at a standstill. But this is what's nice about MakerDAO, is they're telling us all about this. They're like, hey, this is what's going on. And some people are like, whoa, that's crazy. Like, why would you be involved with this? I mean, any project is going to see issues. It's how they handle these issues. And this is the way to handle it, is to let the community know what's going on, not to try to keep it under wraps. So them putting out this actually makes me a lot more bullish on Maker. It shows that they're not afraid to say, we are having issues right now. This is what's going on. Andrew K. He loves EOS. I'm shouting him out right now. EOS. He says EOS is going to be the shit. I don't know if I agree with him. I think Ethereum is probably going to be better, but we'll see. And then regarding DAI and its stability. So with Maker, you create DAI, a stable coin, and it looks like they are going to be adding the DAI savings rate. So it's basically by holding DAI, you're going to actually earn some interest or something. So sounds like first option would work in my opinion. You see DSR rate going to 4%, and you acknowledge that 4% is good investment return for me in the negative rate environment. So I lock my DAI for a 1 year return of 4%. Fees not included. And it looks like the latter option sounds like you need some heavy evangelists to use that kind of system. It wouldn't incentive me to put money into the DSR. An example, on the first day you get 4% interest and decide to put in $1 million DAI on the DSR contract. Next day the rate is now 0, and you probably take out the money because there is no incentive to hold it. So it's basically talking about fixed or variable savings rate. Like, is the savings rate going to be set? You go into the contract where you hold your DAI. I'm going to automatically get 4%. Or is it going to change? I hope. Hey, what's up, that martini guy? What's up, brother? I would rather personally see it be fixed because, when I get in something, I want to, make sure. I wouldn't like to see my return go down to 0%. And, if it is going to be variable, they better have an option to where you can get out. Or I don't think it's going to do that well. But this has been around, the DAI savings rate. It's been talked about since August 30th, 2018, last year. And the DAI savings rate is going live once they go from single collateral which is Ethereum, and then they're going into multi-collateral debt position. So Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies are going to be able to take out CDPs through. So you're going to be able to use your crypto assets to build more liquidity. And once multi-collateral debt positions are out, whoo, baby, you're going to see MakerDao go fucking ballistic, let me tell you guys. That's why I'm so bullish on it, and it is coming, multi-collateral DAI. And that's when the DAI savings rate goes live. And these things are still to come, you guys, so very, very bullish on this. 0x protocol, another one I'm bullish. It's having a pretty decent day. The reason I like 0x so much is if you just go to the 0x Reddit and you look, nothing really talking about price. Like, oh, when 0x going to be $1? It's all about tech. Like, the discussions that go on, not large discussions, but the discussions that do happen on the 0x Reddit are what you want to see in a project. I mean, you just go through it. Nothing about price. It's literally all about the tech, what's going on. And 0x is very, very good about updating what's going on with their protocol. So, Elastos. Talking about Elastos. I'm sure some of you guys have been waiting for this. BNB going to top 5. Hopefully not. Hey, Elastos forever. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. I will keep this good content up as long as I can. I'm going to be back in Miami on Wednesday, so the regular content is going to be coming out. I might have a little lull in content from probably I have one more video pre-produced to post tomorrow, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I might need, or Tuesday, Wednesday I might need to take off. Maybe Thursday, too. I'm going to be traveling. Chia Coin? Never heard of Chia Coin. What are my thoughts on Cardano? Not a fan. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of just Charles Hoskinson. I mean, the guy's a putz. And he's not liked by many in the cryptocurrency space. So, Elastos, having a good day today. 6 million in volume. Elastos needs more exchanges, that's for sure. Lbank, Coinegg, Huobi. I mean, the only US exchange is Huobi US, HBUS. I mean, KuCoin you can use, but the volume's like nothing there. It's unfortunate. But it'll work out. They will get them. But big things are coming for Elastos. Oops, this is not what I wanted. So, merge mining has went open to the public. It was first done on BTC.com, but now it has went public. Anyone can, even at home. If you have a Bitcoin miner, you can merge mine with Elastos right now. And the hash rate has more than tripled since opening it up to the public. So this is a good sign. I mean, higher hash rate, the more secure your chain is. And they also have their full consensus out. Merge mining with Bitcoin with DPoS nodes for doing some signing. Make it a lot quicker, because if they wanted to try to go pure merge mine proof of work, eventually they'd be slowed down like Bitcoin was. With the DPoS in there, they're able to kind of get around a clog in the Bitcoin, network. If Bitcoin was going to get clogged, so was, Elastos. But now with DPoS, they've worked their way around that. So it looks like the DPoS supernode signed the blocks to provide finality before Bitcoin miners actually publish the blocks to the blockchain. And it looks like the blocks are packaged by those Bitcoin miners who merge mine with Bitcoin and ELA. And it looks like just the DPoS supernodes assign the blocks to provide finality. So a lot quicker. But Elastos has Trinity beta coming here close. The full package probably, I mean, everything you need to make a fully functioning, you know, robust DApp probably won't be everything released, such as the side chains, Neo side chains, smart contracts. Some of those probably aren't going to be fully ready till end of year, certain things. So, I mean, we're going to see some basic DApps coming out with the Trinity beta, but we're not probably going to see what Elastos can fully do until end of year. What do I think about Dragon Chain? Not a big fan, actually. Aeon is greater than Elastos. Well, Aeon and Elastos are doing a lot different things. Can't really compare the two. What are your thoughts on Exern Chain? I don't even know what it is. NMR? There's so many coins. Small caps. Oh, Numer. Modem. It had a good run back in the day, but I sold out. Yeah, only $114 worth of volume. It's pretty much dead right now. When does Eth sharding come out? It's going to be updated with Serenity, so probably a couple years. Couple years at least. Oh, looks like that's all I got. Oh, pretty much an hour. This is a cool website, though. Crypto Bubbles. Nos versus Elastos? I mean, you can't even compare the two. What Nos is trying to do isn't what Elastos is trying to do. Elastos is trying to change the internet as we know it. Nos, unfortunately, isn't. You still have to use some basic pieces of the internet. When bull market? Well, I think we are in a bull market right now, my friend. I didn't see your question, Jono. I don't know where it is. I get so many. PoonDX? I don't know, man. The staking on PoonDX probably, but I mean, things can't go on like that forever. iExec. They have a partnership with somebody big, I think IBM, and that rocketed up their price, but we haven't heard anything since. And that may be a good thing, because they may have their heads down building. I sent tip, you not answering? Well, sorry. What are you? Oh, why is... I see that now, John. Okay, thanks, brother. Why is Ethereum Classic go up to $12 today on Coinbase Pro? I don't know. It shouldn't be doing that. Someone probably fat-fingered a trade on there. And that's maybe part of the reason why Ethereum Classic's going up so much. Because there was that outlier on Coinbase Pro, which was probably a fat finger. Let's see what it is on Coinbase Pro right now. $9.23 still on Coinbase Pro. Interesting. But most likely a fat finger. But the volume's pretty damn high. It's got over $1 billion worth of volume. Higher volume than its market cap. Yeah, there is a Ethereum Classic arbitrage opportunity right now. I love you too, Billy Elliott. Do you want to do a video with another crypto YouTuber? Depends on who it is. I'd definitely be down, though. Yeah, 5,676 confirmations to deposit, so arbitrage will take a long time. That is true, John Ramportal. Like, that's probably the best point made. So don't try to arbitrage, because they do have that many confirmations because of the attacks they had. Ah, no deposits. Chainlink, baby. Well, the mainnet should be here, goddammit. I made a prediction it was coming out in February, and yeah, that didn't happen. Once the mainnet... Oh, John, thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Sup? Would I collab with Supo? I'd do a video with Supo. Not to shill anything, but just talk, you know. Hey, bro, what's up? Let's see if we can work this out, you know. Maybe go down, throw some blows. I've been working out, too. Superman would get messed up. Yep, Ponzi schemes. I mean, that's what Tron is. Tron is just a gambling Ponzi scheme blockchain that's centralized, which is scary. I do like projects focused on supply chain. I mean, cryptocurrency and blockchain, a huge use case right there is a supply chain industry. Not a big fan of Walton. I used to be, but I mean, I've been following for a while. They haven't been, you know, reaching their roadmap stops. They've been delaying. I think it might be a China hustle. So, what do I think of arbitraging? I've never done it, but there's ways to make money, especially with cryptocurrency and the variable prices you have across exchanges. A lot of people make some good money off of it. 0x staking, that is true. So 0x, the co-founder talked about a financial incentive for token holders. So I think 0x is going to pop off soon. And they have had a proposal for it. And the news isn't out yet, but they're reviewing it. And once that comes out, 0x will pop. Because right now, 0x is only a governance token. If I had a giraffe, where would I hide in it? I'd probably hide in its neck, because I could probably fit there. It pays you $1,000 a month in Pundi? That's pretty crazy. It's pretty good. Is Deep Brain Chain a scam? I don't know. It had some pumps going on. Hey, it's pumping again, up 12%. We'll see. They're supposed to be coming out with their own chain. Are they still NEP 5? I'm not calling bull. I'm actually thinking the markets are going to pop off this week, though. The signs are there. Volume's high. We hit support. And held there, so things are looking good. Alright, guys. Well, I've been on for a little bit over an hour. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. I think it's time for me to head out. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a couple more live streams probably. I have one more pre-produced video coming out about the financial collapse that's coming here across the globe and what's crypto's place in that. So it's a pretty cool video. Should definitely check it out. And yeah, I'll have a couple more live streams, and then Wednesday I get back into Miami, and I'll be back on the regular grind again, putting out the regular content. So been a nice little vacation. I appreciate all you guys coming in, tuning in. Everyone who threw me a tip, you guys are the best. Keep the channel rolling, keep us going. And yeah, thanks BraxX, I appreciate it. So tomorrow probably a regular video, and then Tuesday, Wednesday I'll probably be doing 1 or 2 live streams in. So tune in tune in at that time, and yeah, definitely keep watching, keep investing. And if I'm right too, and we pump up to 5,500 by Wednesday, some of you guys who are talking shit in here better be back and being like, damn it, you told me so. See you guys on the moon, brothers. Cheers.